As it turns out, the cooldown on Imprison is only 15 hours, so when HKL came back into our territory smashing our farmers, yup, we imprisoned, we teleported over, and we rallied. In this video, we're going to go for a double imprison, coordinating with the other kingdoms in our war camp to try to make that happen. So stick around to see how it goes as we attempt to zero this farm killer. Hello my friends and welcome back. I'm Chisgule Gaming, a sponsored content creator for Rise of Kingdoms, and today we're going to try to zero a farm killer. You know, I had literally just rolled out of bed first thing in the morning. I hop into Discord and there's all this chatter about these farm killers. They're in our zone. Yup. It was time to imprison, rally, and do that all over again that we had done literally like 15 hours earlier, taking over 10 million power off of another player. If you like Rise of Kingdoms guides that help you get value and smash your enemies, consider smashing that subscribe button for daily Rise of Kingdoms videos. We are doing our preparation for this fight. There are going to be multiple rallies on this player, and we are coordinating with other kingdoms to ensure that we can have multiple imprisons ready to go. This means that because they just had War Frenzy, that means we've got 15 minutes to beat down. So even though the duration of imprison is only 10 minutes, we will have a solid 15 to do with this player whatever the heck we want, and that is rally, rally, rally. And I say 3 times the word rally because that's how many rallies are going to be set across different coalitions within our war camp. There is going to be a hiccup that is going to unfold with the timing of those rallies. However, we're in a pretty good spot here, sanity checking our Attila Takeda rally. We're ready to rock. King buff, on our way to get a rune, 10% token activated, city skin is set. We are ready to go. This is exciting, and by the way, their city, 95 million power. No slouch. No slouch, 95 million power. This is not something you would normally consider doing with like only one rally in the tank in normal KvK. But because of Heroic Anthem technology, and I've got a lot of it, we're ready to take this rally and rock this out. Now, we've got our reinforcements on our way in here. Pretty soon, I think we'll scout. We do have a marker on the city. No one do anything until I imprison because, like, look. If somebody teleports over before I've imprisoned, do you think they're going to figure it out? Because I think they will. So we try to make sure no one does anything. The first step to an imprison is to play dead like a possum. Don't let them know they're about to get completely wrecked. And we're going to go and we'll look at their stats here. 109 million power was their highest. 4.6 million dead. Not bad. Not bad. What's it going to be after this rally is a solid question. We're looking at our commanders again, by the way. Final checks just to confirm, like, yep, we got our gear set up here. Pretty solid set of gear, in case you haven't seen that before. We are rocking the Ring of Doom and also the Lucky Coin, which honestly is a pretty sweet piece of equipment, especially if you're getting swarmed. So now, the rally is about to launch. The action's about to begin, and here's our scout. What do they even have? I didn't even care. I was rallying them. It did not matter what their wall is. YSS Theodora, baby. The same that I have on my wall. Very impressive. They've got the 10% less damage taken reduction and 10% infantry health. That's Sun Tzu's ability. As well as the extra skill from Ethelfled, reducing the counterattack damage taken by 20%. Which is kind of a big deal against Attila Takeda, who are doing a lot of attack and counterattack damage. I noticed that I have Cav research I need to speed up. I do that on the fly, so hopefully those stats will apply to the battle. We get a look in. We've got Attila and Takeda in our captain tab, and boom, rally is in. Rally is in, and hopefully I do a king skill real soon. It's time for that king skill, baby. I'm just getting a look at how this is going, taking in what's happening here, and I do make a call in voice and say, like, hey, people, don't walk in front of the city. You need to reinforce by going through my city. That's how you reinforce this rally. Get into my city, then tap the rally, join the rally. Easy. Easy reigns, people. The start of this report is not going to be good for us. The tail end of this report is going to be gangbuster for us. In the first half of this battle, the city defense is going to be enjoying the elevated damage, 10% extra damage, from Theodora when they're over 50%. And when they're below 50%, they enjoy the benefit of YSS. And you can see they notice that. They know this. They switch their captain to Zenobia. An interesting choice. I should have fired off the King's skill sooner. Must have just realized a lot was going on. I mean, I literally just rolled out of bed. I didn't even know this rally was coming, and this rally is not supposed to be here. If I recall correctly, these rallies are all supposed to be staggered. I don't need another Attila Takeda rally beating this thing down. I need that Attila Takeda rally to land the second my rally finishes work on this city so that there are 0 moments where they can heal and repair. So we've got a huge timing issue here with how that worked out. At the same time, I don't know if I was even expecting a rally from this alliance in our coalition. This might have just been like a bonus rally that showed up. I actually don't remember. I mean, I literally had just rolled out of bed. I was fuzzy, foggy, no caffeine first thing in the morning. Just, this was my caffeine. Rallying a city with Zenobia was my caffeine, okay? That city gets the Duke. I probably should be looking around to apply some more buffs. And here is another rally, and I'm cringing because we didn't need that other rally to land. We desperately needed that rally to be staggered. It's actually a huge problem because we want to do as much work on this city as possible in the time we have. I don't need another Attila rally to beat on this thing. In fact, we cancel our rally because there's another one here and we launch again, which is the thing we should have done the second that that other rally arrived. So the second that the second rally arrived, I should have canceled and let them do the rest of the work so that I could have my timer going again for launching a new rally so that when this one ended, boom, we'd be good to go with them locked in combat. So some huge logistics mistakes made here that is going to afford this player an opportunity that they shouldn't have had. However, they've already lost 10 million power. There is permanent power loss for them here. Rallies being set, and we look at the report. First part, 152,000 dead for us, then 273,000 dead, then 75,000 dead, but we killed 231,000 of theirs. And we could go back and look at that again later in slow motion and look at the power loss. I can tell you from having scouted the player and looked more in depth kind of afterwards that they've got all T5. And we've got a lot of T4 in our rally. So probably still a positive trade for us, or if not, about even. And we also didn't have at that moment the reports from the other players, although once we get through this footage, I'll go in-game and show you some of those other reports so you can see kind of what happened. So this player took a beating, now they're healing their troops, and now we've got our rally ready to go again. 2 minutes and 47 seconds. And I wish I had realized to cancel my rally sooner when the other one had arrived. Because we're going to have a problem here. Imprison is going to end. And when Imprison ends, the only thing locking them in place will be a rally. Otherwise, they can teleport. Now, we've got other kingdoms, plural, ready to launch an Imprison on this player. So as long as they can imprison faster than this player can teleport, then this player is going to get wrecked and we can rally them all over again and the games continue. But if they can't pull off the imprison, this player gets away. Logistics error gives this opportunity to this player who shouldn't have had it. And I can say, having been in many of these frantic last second, we're rallying situations, that it is frantic and it is hard to coordinate. And it is honestly not trivial to get all of this to line up, to get everybody into voice. People are like doing stuff on their, whatever day of the week, time of the day that it was, that we made a message in Discord. Hey, everybody online now. Time to rally. Not a bad turnout, by the way, for like a 60-second turnaround on a request for people to come online to rally somebody. Honestly, pretty decent. So here we are, waiting. This is the waiting game. Will the imprison land or will it not? 1 minute and 15 seconds and our rally launches. If our rally touches the city, even after imprison wears off, they can't teleport. And we launched our first rally almost immediately after they got War Frenzy. So we got at least 4 minutes to beat down here. As long as the imprison doesn't wear off or the next imprison lands. We've got 10 seconds left on the imprison. This is the critical moment. And what's going to happen? Do we get the next imprison? Can we chain this? Imprison's off. Boom, they're gone. Too slow. Too slow for the follow-up imprison. Off by seconds from our rally relaunching on this player. Dang. They got away. That fish got away, and we could have reeled them in and brought them on the boat. Let's jump in game and look at these reports. Here we are. The first part of this report, 1.2 million power loss for us, 1.7 million for them. Again, representative of the fact that they have more T5 troops. But at this point, we're just filling their hospital, and they are reinforced. Important to note, they do have one infantry march in there. That's why there are some dead troops. They are losing troops. To the next portion, 2.2 million for us. However, that's 373,000 dead, 36,000 for them, 418,800 into their hospital. They switch to Zenobia. Smart choice, sort of. They lost the benefit. I mean, like, YSS was just going to kick into gear. I don't know why you would do that. Healing your troops, I mean, that really just gave us more opportunity to slay. I would not have done that. I think they should have stuck with YSS. I do. I do think they should have stuck with that. But let's continue on here. Maybe they had just amazing gear on both of them. Aha, another captain swap. See, now this makes more sense to me. They get rid of the Theodora. So in order to make YSS the secondary, they had to make, I guess, Zenobia the primary, then they make YSS the... You know, I would have used Zenobia as the secondary here. I think that this captain swapping was really weird by them. In fact, if we look at the buffs, they do still have these skills. Okay, so they do still retain the support skills, which is good for them. However, 75 or 76,000 dead for us and 231,000 dead for them. They lost 2.4 million power. We lost 617,000 power. All in all, this looks like about even, maybe even in their favor. And if we look at their buffs over here for just a moment, we can see that our cav attack is at 327, defense is 175.5, and 84.5 cavalry health. Their stats are obviously spread across all the different troop types in the garrison. Their best stat clocking in at 195.5. That's infantry attack because now they're using the Zenobia. Interesting choice, honestly, making those swaps. I really would not have done that. I would not have done that, but maybe they thought they were going to get more kills out of the deal by doing so. We are using Ring of Doom, as I mentioned earlier, and that does a lot of damage. People are speculating, like, is it good? Is it bad? And if we look through this report and we go find a Ring of Doom, and yes, we're going to go, by the way, and look at the other rally reports. Lucky Coin procced really early for us. Very solid piece of equipment. And they also, by the way, had a Ring of Doom. Popular item. Popular item, Ring of Doom. Important to mention that Ring of Doom is something that is going to scale based off of how awesome you are and how much damage you're dealing. Other items scale in value based off of what your opponent is doing. For instance, Delane's Amulet gets better and better based on how strong your opponent's counterattack potentially is, or at least it becomes more valuable. So if we cruise through here, looking for our own Ring of Doom proc, looks like we were not so lucky as they were to have that happen really early. And I'll certainly say Ring of Doom is certainly inconsistent. If anything, they have a second Ring of Doom proc. I feel like I just get really unlucky on those. Jeez. So sometimes, I mean, look at that. That happened twice within the first 11 turns of the battle for them. 10 turns of the battle. Wow. Good for them. There's my Ring of Doom. So we launch a normal attack on this turn for 10,800, and we launch a counterattack for 11,247. And on the next turn, and there's a lot of buffs and other things taking place, including debuffs, our attack is still only 12,983. That is with our Ring of Doom theoretically in effect here. Yes, it is. And that could have to do with our troop count. There's all these reasons why that might not look so amazing. Our counterattack is probably going to be about the same here. Our counterattack is at 13,359. It's just very hard to read into exactly how valuable the Ring of Doom is in this instance when there's lots of other buffs and debuffs that are falling off. However, most people, I guess they're not interested in this Ring of Doom stuff. Here's one of the other reports. 311,000 lost for us. That's 48,000 troops. 95,000 lost for them. 1.2 million power loss for them because they're losing a lot of T5 troops. And that rally arrived when they've got the Zenobia with the YSS secondary. Again, I think it would be pretty unusual. Like, they have the Ring of Doom on their YSS. I don't know, it just seems like an interesting choice to make the captain swap. Maybe they have enough great equipment that they've got 2 insane city garrison sets going on. But that would kind of shock me. Like, they went from having a Ring of Doom to not having a Ring of Doom? Very curious. All in all, it's been a lot of fun imprisoning folks. We're happy to keep doing that for as long as we keep getting those opportunities. And they certainly know at this point that we're pretty thirsty looking for those opportunities to zero cities. So I'm sure they'll be ready. And hopefully you're ready to defend your city in case of a worst case scenario. I've got an entire playlist dedicated to that topic. If you're interested in seeing that, I'll have a card up in the top. And if you're interested in more of the absolute craziness from this KvK, I'll have a playlist up top. You can look through that for the videos you're most interested in with field fighting, city rallies, and all the good stuff you'd expect from a vicious KvK. Consider subscribing if you haven't already, and do me that huge favor of smashing the like button on this video. It supports the channel, and it's 100% free to you. And until next time, you have fun smashing the kingdom.